人はいつかそれに名をつけた
Wow, that was some pretty cool intro. I seen this. They escaped. How? It's called the Riptide Effect. It's a random natural phenomenon we don't really understand. All we need to know is it teleports any organic matter caught in it over a great distance. You never heard of it, huh? There are plenty of stories about people who have been caught up in the Rip vortices. People were sent days away from their starting point, and when they were found, they were in places that took days or weeks to reach on carriage, and even longer on foot. But that doesn't seem possible. Suddenly finding yourself in another place in the blink of an eye, it sounds like a myth. Besides, the vortex that took him away looked more like a cast Minecraft than a random act of nature. I did mention that it's not well understood how it occurs, didn't I? I remember hearing about some academics studying the effect. All they had was hearsay, so the best they could manage was a theory. Which was, apparently the Riptide effect is deeply rooted in concavity and monoline immersion. Normally, this requires a link to the intended recipient, which acts as a bridge for communication. Over time, this can extend across a decent distance. Once the link is established, the purified mana circulates constantly, allowing both parties to communicate thoughts and emotions. The theory follows that the Riptide effect can happen as long as that circulation of mana is dedicated to concavity or even aeratum. How does aeratum figure in? Great, she missed the point entirely. If you can talk to someone you're linked to by exchanging purified mana, then shouldn't you also be able to be immersed in a mana line and swept away physically by the mana stream's current? Are you still with me, Coco? That's the best idea those academics came up with? Absolutely absurd. So, you deny the theory, even though you witnessed it in action. Why? Because it's impossible. Manipulating mana into Minecraft is miraculously in itself, but this is just unnatural. Impossible and unnatural don't mean untrue. I went through the theory with you twice in an example. You owe me at least half of that. It's just not possible for the glass crafter like her to just up and disappear with our target in tow. Does it make sense to you, Sion, for a mana crafter to have the power to break them both down to a molecular level? Send themselves through a mana line to another location, wherein said mana crafter reconstruct both bodies without any ramifications. Well, when you put it in that way, it does make sense, so you get it? You're out of your mana loving mind! Huh? Do you think I'm a child? How deluded do you have to buy into that fantasy fluff? Give me a break, Sion. Seriously, Coco, you can't dismiss it as just a plausible phenomenon. Plausible my butt. Do you think a single mana crafter can deconstruct and reconstruct two humans without leaving out a crucial component or two? The amount of purified mana required would be immeasurable. It's impossible for a human to have a limitless reserve of purified mana. Quit being so narrow-minded and just think about it for a second. You think about it for a second. You can't send limitless mana through just any mana line. There are equally limitless mana lines out there, but you never find one that could handle that amount. Oh, come on. You do make a valid point though. Finding a mana line that could actually withstand that is a 1,000,000 to 1 shot. Well, congratulations, Coco. You debunked the theory. For now. Now, go take some time to unwind. You look stressed out. And whose fault is that, Sion? If you spoke more clearly to begin with. Coco. Yes? Calm down, okay? Keep calm. Carry on. Harry's got the right idea. Carry on. Carry on. Understood, mistress. It's just weird that you reject the theory entirely, even though you witnessed it in action. You're in denial, plain and simple. Why don't you let go of your facts and tell us why you think they got away? Sion. Yes? Enemy. Dual crafter. Bending. Light. The dual crafter who blinded you can bend light? Yeah, and guess what? She was hiding the princess behind a glass wall in the east wing. I can't help but feel like I'm being duped. I was so close to killing her. Princess Salpine concealed herself? Whole time? A dual crafter that can refract varying intensity of light off of glass. New one on me. I'm not terribly familiar with this particular skill set, but it could be an exclusive trait to the people of Rughzenhaide. Ever since Coco reported the targets disappearing, I've been trying to figure out how they could have escaped, but there's no evidence of them leaving that spot. For all we know, they could have escaped by using a form of Minecraft that we're just unfamiliar with. Okay. Ironic, really. We sealed them all in, smoked them out, slaughtered every last one, and yet our target still managed a miraculous escape. Okay, but mistress, can we change the topic yet? You're putting me to sleep here, people. Mistress Milano. Hello. What's this? An evil leader? From the sound of this comatose-inducing conversation, I'd say our work here is done, yes? Not nice. Eavesdrop, sister. You know what's not nice, Harry? I've been up here the whole time, and not one of you even noticed me. Please forgive us, mistress. I didn't sense your presence. Neither did I, but Harry has a point. Personally, I thought you would have alerted us to your arrival. Now, why would I be that obvious? I was wondering if any of you had anything colorful to say about me behind my back. After all, ain't chit-chat a little more exciting when you don't know you're being listened in on? So, she admits to eavesdropping. But no, you girls gave me nothing but monotony and mumbo jumbo. I was so disappointed that I just had to put a cap on the conversation. Conversation. We would never ever say anything negative about you, Mistress Milano. Anyways, what's the bottom line? You all failed to stop the target and her servant from escaping our little slaughter. Does that sum it up pretty good? What's wrong, Coco? Why you're trembling? I have no excuse for failing you, Mistress Milano. I had them trapped, but that glass crafter. Escape should have been possible. You're so precious, Coco. Why, you almost remind me of a furry animal. I've got it now. You look like a defenseless little hamster with the way you're apologizing. Yes, as Coco mentioned, the glass crafter's method of escape wasn't taken into consideration, much less anticipated. Which is why you're still here prattling about how one teensy-weensy servant foiled your perfect plan. Isn't that right, Coco? It is, mistress. Aw, what's the matter, Coco? You look so pale. Do you want a hug? That's enough, Sister Milano. I guess I went a little too far, huh? I'm sorry, Coco. Look at me, Coco. Yes, mistress. You're a strong girl, and I wouldn't have it any other way, but you're only human, Coco. Humans will always make mistakes. It's just a fact of life. Am I wrong? No, mistress, but don't be afraid, Coco. Use your words. Please, forgive me, Mistress Milano. But who would have thought that the Riptide effect could materialize through Minecraft Day? Why, I find this all too much to swallow without Sion's detailed explanation. I can't believe it coming from Sion. After all, she's almost never wrong. Words cannot express my gratitude. Do me a favor, Coco. I want you to look me right in the eye and answer a question for me. Yes, mistress. Coco, did you learn from your mistake? Mistress? Humans are quite fallible, so much so that it's practically a way of her life for them. I'm glad you're trying to learn from your mistakes, Coco. If you weren't, why, I think no better of you than those vermin. You are learning from your mistake, aren't you? You're not unrepentant like the rest of humankind, right? You're not a rat, right, Coco? Of course not. I swear. I swear I will get them. You're not just saying that, are you, Coco? You'll really get them next time? I won't fail you, Mistress Milano. I swear. Actions speak louder than words. Understand? Because I have little tolerance for unrepentant rats, Coco. Oh. Allow me to explain, my lady. The mana stream running through the planet's crust carries a continuous flow of mana throughout the planet. But tectonic activity can alter the course of some of the mana lines. If mana lines are severed, mana will be temporarily rerouted. Luckily, we can use Mana Crafting to keep any enlarged mana lines from returning to their natural state, allowing for a greater flow of purified mana. Keeping those mana lines enlarged allows the Riptide effect to occur. We use this combined with something called Vector Crafting to escape from Rughzenhaide Castle. Nothing's missing anywhere. I guess I managed to reconstruct both Selfine and myself without any issues. Locating an enlarged mana line under the castle and forcing it to maintain its well state alone required nearly a year of effort. It cost another year of effort before I became accustomed to sending increasing volumes of purified mana through this particular mana line. After 2 years of training, I was capable of sending 2 humans' worth of purified mana through this mana line while keeping it stable. Learning how to effectively utilize this enlarged mana line was my very first undertaking after being appointed as Princess Selfine's royal guardian. This enlarged mana line was to run under neighboring kingdom of Vastorkat to emergency shelter maintained by both countries, but for some reason, this mana line no longer leads near the shelter's entrance. Well, I guess escaping in and out of the mana stream in one piece is the only saving grace of the evening. If the mana line diverted even further from our original destination, we could have very well ended up in the abyss of the sea. And then we both would have drowned to death. Hey, Ratana, I'm just wondering, how many special types of mana crafting can you really use? My lady, it's just, we practically grew up together, but I've never once seen you cast any mana crafting like this one until tonight. Selfine's face appears anxious from unrestrained curiosity. I can't really blame her. Selfine knows every mana crafting and battle crafting that I've cast in the past, but I have never disclosed the knowledge of this mana crafting to her. If you're referring to Vector Crafting, it was still being researched, and had never been tested in the field. Never tested? I apologize, my lady, but Vector Crafting isn't a mana crafting that can be used without justification. How do you figure? Well, for example, it would be impossible to return to Rughzenhaide Castle from here. Impossible? Why? The current research into Vector Crafting only allows for travel one way. Therefore, returning to Rughzenhaide through the mana line we emerged from is not possible. Then, wouldn't that mean we're stranded? From here on out, walking remains our only means of transport. Damn. Finally, I siphoned enough pyro mana to light a campfire. Something's amiss about the mana stream here. It feels as if the mana stream here are too thin to carry much. But that can't be right. Every mana line had its own particular dimensions, so there must be some larger ones here. So why can't I detect any larger mana lines in these words? It almost feels as though my mana dowsing abilities have somehow dulled. I'm tired. I'm just tired. That's all. So long as Selfine survives. So long as the path down mana crafting survives within her, Rughzenhaide may be resurrected. I have to believe that. Damn it! Vector crafting research was practically still in its infancy. I knew the risk, but I didn't think my mana dosing would be dulled, so... Oh well. I can only hope the side effects will subside soon. I'd better wash the blood off these clothes first, and then a moment's respite. I don't want Selfine to worry her anymore. I couldn't get even a single wink of sleep. Could it be fatigue from our flight last night? My body feels a lot heavier than usual. But why? I can't even feel the muscle in my arms or legs, or anywhere. I can't feel a thing. It's sickening. Could this be what they call lethargy? Selfine may be afflicted with lethargy as well. She's never mumbled like that before. Good morning, my lady. Selfine's gown was covered with twigs and dirt from sleeping on the ground. It pains me to see her look on so sylvanly. But it was my own fault. Had I been more resourceful, Selfine wouldn't have had to sleep on the ground. Did you sleep well? Selfine shook her head disdainfully, eyes shut against the morning sun. Her eyes appeared slightly swollen from tears. Neither did I, my lady. I was too worried about my father and our people to sleep. Damn it. How could I disgrace Selfine so? How could I be so powerless? We need to learn everything we can about those people. Indeed. Who was after Selfine, and why? Were they alone, or did they have reinforcements? It's almost pathetic how little we know about our enemy. Ritana, why do you think those girls were trying to kill me? Do you think they don't want me to become Queen of Rughzenhaide? A monarchy without its monarch is a kingdom in chaos. It didn't seem that way to me, at least. My lady, as it stands, we know too little about our enemy to discuss their supposed motivations. Our priority now should be leaving this forest, ascertaining this locale. We can plan out our next move after we fulfill this objective. You're right, Ritana. From now, returning to Rughzenhaide, or at least territory affiliated with the Manacraftes Alliance, remains our top priority. Until then, everything else is a distraction. We walked for almost 10 minutes before coming across our first sign of hope. We have been in a sad state if we attempted to survive off the land without the use of Manacraftes. Hope manifested itself in the form of a rugged trail. We began scattering stones and removing the undergrowth which was obstructing the trail. The trail was dug, flattened, and refined by the hands of humans. It may as well have been paved with stone. There may be a settlement nearby. I guess we should walk the direction that's a little brighter than the other. Indeed, but for safety's sake, do not under any circumstance leave my side. Okay. We assumed that the road led to a settlement, though we tried not to get our hopes up. I never seen trees like these in Rughzenhaide. She was right. Just where did the monastery take us? This forest was thick with unfamiliar vegetation. Irritatingly, I was unable to identify a single plant. Worse still, the low oxygen level made breathing difficult. If we rushed through, we were sure to pass out. But what was the cause of this lack of oxygen? It wasn't humid, but something was amiss. I struggled to shake off this unsettling sensation. My lady. Yes, Ritana? If what we're approaching is the settlement of the Alliance, then we should procure whatever settlement stones they have. Eh? You mean the stones for storing colored and purified mana? What for? So we can stay in contact if we're separated, and also, because our comcrafted links to each other have been severed. What? Oh my, it really has been severed. It's similar to how our only link to the Quinn Order was disrupted during the attack. The same with our link to Father. I tried commencing comcrafted contact yesterday evening, but got nothing. I still don't understand how they managed to disrupt our comcrafted links. What's the matter, Ritana? You don't look well. There are two possible explanations for this. Either the riptide effect somehow disrupted it, or what? Or the mana lines here aren't sophisticated enough to support long-distance comcrafted calls. Rughzenhaide's comcrafted mana lines once extended beyond kingdom of Vastorkat, and provided amazing concavity link quality. But since those monolines were disrupted, as we learned when I tried to contact the Quinn Order, it's likely the latter case. Our priorities lie elsewhere, though, my lady. As it stands, we're isolated here. Our inability to communicate with our forces isn't beneficial, but if I were to lose contact you in this foreign land, I don't even want to think about it. If I could, I would re-establish our concavity links to each other right now, but we need settlement stones for that, and none of us has one. Indeed, we do not. Around an hour later, the trail ceased to be a winding road. The trees lining the trail diminished significantly as we exited the forest, finding ourselves in front of a pair of large gates at the end of the trail.